Morning light breaks across the Seine, casting golden reflections onto limestone facades where centuries of Parisian elegance have been carved into stone. Behind wrought-iron balconies that curve like frozen music, extraordinary residences await, sanctuaries where French artistry achieves its most refined expression. Within these walls, marble speaks in whispers of ancient quarries. Silk remembers the touch of Lyonnais looms, and every gilded surface reflects not mere decoration, but generations of cultivated taste. French Atelier, luxury, Paris mansion interiors with artisan-crafted details and heritage design. Step across thresholds where Haussmann's vision meets contemporary comfort, where museum-quality craftsmanship serves daily life. These are not monuments frozen in time, but living galleries where heritage dances with modernity, residences that honor the past while embracing the refined pleasures of present-day Paris. Here, luxury transcends ostentation to achieve something more precious, the perfect marriage of beauty and purpose, where every element serves both aesthetic delight and gracious living. Through ornate portals guarded by carved mythology, we enter realms where baccarat chandeliers scatter rainbow light across surfaces of mirror and marble, where silk-lined walls remember the conversations of centuries, and parquet floors laid by master craftsmen create rivers of geometric perfection beneath our feet. This is residential grandeur expressed through accumulated refinement, spaces where every detail has been considered, every surface touched by artisan hands. Join us as we unlock these gilded doors to discover interiors where French savoir-vivre finds its ultimate architectural expression. From reception salons that rival Versailles to intimate boudoirs wrapped in Lyonnais silk, from libraries soaring through double heights to garden terraces suspended among Parisian rooftops, each space reveals new dimensions of cultivated luxury. Subscribe to Opalux. Together we'll explore residences where craftsmanship becomes poetry, where heritage provides the foundation for contemporary elegance, and where the French art of living achieves its most exquisite expression. Architectural grandeur, the art of the façade and ceremonial entrance. The soul of a Parisian mansion announces itself long before one crosses its threshold, beginning with façades that stand as symphonies in limestone, their surfaces alive with centuries of carved detail. Haussmann's vision, realized in honey-colored stone, creates streetscapes of impossible elegance, where each building contributes its voice to an urban chorus of refinement. These architectural poems, written in stone and iron, establish expectations that interiors must then exceed. Study the language of these façades and discover vocabularies of luxury spoken through architectural elements. Wrought-iron balconettes curve outward in patterns of acanthus and vine, their metalwork so delicate it seems woven rather than forged. Above, cornices carved with mythological figures and floral garlands create shadow plays that shift with passing hours, façades that live and breathe with Parisian light. The approach to these residences becomes ritual through design. Cobblestone courtyards frame your arrival, their surfaces worn smooth by centuries of carriages and now carefully maintained vintage automobiles. Ancient walls support climbing roses and jasmine, creating vertical gardens that perfume the air and soften stone with nature's grace. Even before entering, the residence embraces you with beauty. Monumental doorways rise in Baroque splendor, their surfaces celebrations of the woodcarver's art. Massive panels of aged oak bear reliefs of classical scenes, perhaps Apollo driving his chariot across dawn skies, or Athena offering wisdom to those who seek entry. Polished brass hardware gleams like jewelry against dark wood, each handle and hinge a small sculpture worthy of contemplation. Cross these thresholds and find yourself in vestibules designed to orchestrate the transition from public to private realm. Floors of alternating marble, Carrara white, and Nero Marquina black create geometric patterns that guide movement while delighting the eye. Walls paneled in carved boiserie, painted in shades of French gray and celadon, provide subtle backdrop for that first glimpse of grandeur ahead. The genius of these entrance sequences lies in their calculated restraint. Rather than overwhelming with immediate opulence, they build anticipation through measured revelation. A glimpse of a crystal chandelier through an open doorway, the distant melody of a fountain in an interior courtyard, the subtle perfume of fresh flowers arranged on a Louis XVI console, each sensory note carefully composed to prepare visitors for the symphonies of luxury that await within. Salons of light, reception rooms where crystal meets gilt. Beyond vestibules of marble restraint bloom salons where French decorative arts achieve their most spectacular expression. Chambers where light becomes material, reflected and refracted through surfaces of crystal, mirror, and gold. These reception spaces serve as theaters of social ritual, their every element designed to flatter both the rooms and their occupants through the masterful manipulation of luminescence. Versailles parquet spreads beneath feet in patterns of such complexity that each square meter represents weeks of artisan labor. The wood itself, aged oak with the patina of centuries, creates a foundation of warmth that grounds the visual symphony above. This flooring alone would distinguish any interior, yet here it merely begins the accumulation of refined details that characterize true Parisian luxury. Overhead, baccarat chandeliers descend like frozen fireworks, their 1,000 crystal drops catching and releasing light in endless permutations. These luminous sculptures, some weighing hundreds of pounds, yet appearing weightless in their grace, transform mere illumination into artistic experience. Watch how afternoon sun creates rainbow spectrums through their prisms, or how candlelight at evening gatherings makes each crystal glow with inner fire. Between windows draped in silk damask, walls dressed in period boiserie create rhythm of carved detail. Each panel represents hours of handwork, acanthus leaves curling with botanical accuracy, ribbons and rosa frozen in wood, architectural details that reward close examination while contributing to overall harmony. Gilding applied by traditional methods catches light differently than modern alternatives, creating a warmth and depth impossible to replicate. Furniture placement in these salons follows principles refined over centuries of French social custom. Bergères and marquises covered in Lyon silk create intimate conversation groupings within vast spaces. A canapé positioned to catch optimal light becomes an invitation to refined discourse. Guéridons topped with marble support, Sèvres porcelain, and fresh orchids, every surface styled with museum-worthy precision, yet maintaining the warmth of a lived-in home. The mirrors, oh, the mirrors deserve their own contemplation. Framed in carved gilt wood, some rising from floor to ceiling, they multiply space into infinity while capturing and redistributing light like architectural jewelry. Stand before one and observe not just your reflection, but the rooms, how each mirror has been positioned to create specific views, to catch particular angles of chandelier light, to make every occupant appear their most radiant. Color in these salons speaks in whispers rather than shouts. Soft golds, pale blues, creams, and French grays create harmonious backgrounds that allow architectural details and precious objects to command attention. This restraint in palette paradoxically creates richness when every surface reflects and refracts light. Chromatic subtlety prevents visual chaos while maintaining sophisticated elegance. Artisan heritage, celebrating centuries of French craftsmanship. The true luxury of Parisian mansions reveals itself not through ostentation, but through the accumulated mastery of generations of artisans, craftspeople whose names may be forgotten, but whose work endures as testament to French dedication to beauty. Understanding this heritage transforms appreciation from surface admiration to profound respect for the human skill embedded in every surface. Consider the tradition of ébénisterie, French cabinet making elevated to high art. In mansion libraries and studies, bureau plats demonstrate this mastery through surfaces veneered in precious woods arranged in patterns of mathematical precision. Kingwood, tulip wood, and amaranth create marquetry designs where each piece fits with tolerances measured in fractions of millimeters. Run your fingers across these surfaces and feel no seam, no interruption, only the silk-smooth testimony to perfectionist craft. The bronziers who created ormolu mounts for furniture and architectural details followed traditions dating to the Sun King. Their work required not just metalworking skill, but artistic vision, each acanthus leaf, each mythological figure, each scrolling detail first sculpted in wax, then cast, then meticulously hand-chased and gilded using mercury amalgam techniques now forbidden but never equaled. These golden details appear throughout mansion interiors, unifying disparate elements through repeated motifs. Marble work in these residences represents collaboration between quarrymen, sculptors, and installers whose combined expertise transforms raw stone into architectural poetry. Witness how book-matched panels create natural paintings on bathroom walls, how a single piece of statuary marble becomes a mantelpiece worthy of museum display, how mosaic floors require thousands of individually cut and placed tesserae to create their permanent beauty. The tradition of passementerie, the creation of elaborate trimmings, tassels, and braids, lives on in every curtain, tieback, and cushion fringe. These details, seemingly minor, require hours of handwork. A single tassel might contain hundreds of silk threads, each twisted and tied by fingers following patterns unchanged since the 17th century. Such dedication to detail elevates functional necessity to decorative art. Plasterwork throughout these mansions showcases the art of staffeur, craftsmen who transform humble gypsum into architectural glory. Coffered ceilings with their geometric precision, cornices where every repeat matches perfectly, ceiling roses from which chandeliers depend, all require skills passed from master to apprentice through generations. The tools remain largely unchanged, the techniques proven by centuries of beauty. Understanding this heritage adds layers of meaning to every room. That silk wall covering represents not just luxury, but the preservation of Lyonnais weaving traditions. Those curtains hanging in perfect folds honor the work of tapissiers who understand fabric behavior with scientific precision. Even door hardware continues traditions of ferronnerie d'art, where functional mechanisms become opportunities for artistic expression. Living in luxury, dining rooms, libraries, and daily grandeur. Within Parisian mansions, rooms devoted to daily life achieve a remarkable balance, maintaining museum-quality beauty while serving the practical needs of contemporary living. These spaces demonstrate that true luxury lies not in pristine preservation, but in the graceful integration of heritage, splendor, with modern comfort. Dining rooms designed for the grand social rituals of French entertaining center around tables that are themselves works of art. Mahogany, polished to mirror perfection, stretches to accommodate 20, its surface reflecting the light of vermeil candelabras and crystal stemware. Yet these same tables host intimate family dinners, proving that grandeur need not preclude warmth. Chairs upholstered in Fortuny silk might bear the gentle wear of generations, their slight imperfections adding rather than detracting from their beauty. The sideboards and serving pieces in these dining chambers tell stories of accumulated refinement. Cristofel silver passed through generations shares space with contemporary pieces by French artisans maintaining traditional techniques. Display cabinets with curved glass fronts showcase collections of Sèvres and Limoges, each piece positioned to catch light, creating miniature galleries within functional storage. Libraries in these residences achieve vertical drama through double-height spaces where knowledge literally surrounds and elevates. Walnut shelves fitted with brass gallery rails rise toward coffered ceilings, their contents accessible via rolling ladders that are themselves examples of beautiful engineering. The books, leather-bound volumes accumulated over centuries, create a chromatic harmony of burgundy, forest green, and gold tooling. Within these temples to learning, comfort receives equal attention with aesthetics. Club chairs of aged leather develop patinas unique to their users, while Tiffany reading lamps pool emerald light precisely where needed. Persian carpets soften footsteps and add warmth, their patterns complementing rather than competing with the rich wood tones above. Here, scholarship and luxury merge in spaces that invite lengthy contemplation. Studies and home offices demonstrate how French residential luxury adapts to contemporary needs. Behind panel of period boiserie hides state-of-the-art technology, screens emerging and retracting as needed. Desks might be authentic, Louis XV bureau plats, or contemporary creations by French ébénistes, maintaining traditional standards. In either case, beauty serves productivity rather than hindering it. Even transitional spaces like hallways and galleries receive full artistic attention. These circulation areas become destinations in themselves, their walls hung with museum-quality art, their floors flowing with chevron parquet that guides movement while delighting the eye. Console tables topped with marble display rotating collections of objects, perhaps Tang Dynasty ceramics, one month, contemporary French sculpture the next. The genius of these living spaces lies in their refusal to sacrifice comfort for beauty or beauty for function. Every element serves dual purposes, aesthetic and practical, proving that the highest luxury allows for both admiration and daily use. Private sanctuaries, boudoirs, and bathing pavilions of polished perfection. Ascending marble staircases where brass handrails have been polished by centuries of touch. We enter the private realms of Parisian mansions. Chambers where luxury becomes intimate, where grandeur softens into comfort, where the art of living reaches its most personal expression. These spaces, hidden from public view, reveal luxury's truest nature, the creation of environments that restore and inspire in equal measure. Master bedrooms unfold as private theaters of rest, their proportions generous enough to accommodate sitting areas, writing desks, and dressing tables without sacrificing the sense of sanctuary. Beds themselves become architectural features, four posters draped in Lyonnaise silk or upholstered headboards rising toward decorated ceilings. The fabrics chosen for these spaces whisper rather than shout, pale blues that echo Parisian skies, soft roses that capture dawn light, creams that glow in candlelight. Windows in these chambers frame views like living paintings, perhaps overlooking a private garden where roses climb ancient walls, or capturing a slice of Parisian roofscape where dormer windows and chimney pots create their distinctive rhythm. Curtains operate on silent mechanisms, allowing occupants to orchestrate their relationship with daylight and privacy through the simple press of a button hidden within a gilded bronze fitting. Dressing rooms adjoining these chambers elevate the daily ritual of preparation to an art form. Walls lined with boiserie conceal closets illuminated like boutique displays, where clothing becomes part of the room's decoration. Islands topped with marble provide surfaces for accessories, while full-length mirrors framed in carved gilt wood multiply views and light. These spaces acknowledge that selecting one's appearance is a creative act deserving of beautiful surroundings. The integration of modern comfort within historical splendor shows particular ingenuity in these private spaces. Climate control systems hide behind original architectural details, maintaining perfect temperature and humidity for both human comfort and the preservation of precious textiles and furniture. Sound systems disappear within walls, allowing music to emerge as if from the architecture itself. Bathrooms in Parisian mansions achieve spa-like luxury through the use of exceptional materials and thoughtful design. Freestanding tubs carved from single blocks of Carrara marble become sculptural centerpieces, their placement allowing for views of private gardens or city lights. Walls clad in book-matched marble create natural artworks that transform daily ablutions into aesthetic experiences. The fixtures themselves merit attention, taps and fittings in polished nickel or gold plate that operate with Swiss precision while maintaining French elegance. Heated floors ensure comfort for bare feet, while towel warmers disguised as decorative radiators maintain linens at perfect temperature. Even practical elements like ventilation receive artistic treatment, hidden behind decorative grilles that contribute to rather than detract from overall design. These private sanctuaries prove that true luxury lies not in ostentation, but in the accumulation of considered details that make daily life more beautiful and comfortable. They are spaces designed for restoration, of body certainly, but equally of spirit. Gardens of the sky, terraces and secret Edens above Paris. The ultimate luxury in Parisian mansion living reveals itself in the creation of private Edens, gardens, terraces, and orangeries that bring nature into dialogue with architecture. These spaces, whether at ground level or suspended among the rooftops, demonstrate French mastery in extending interior refinement into outdoor rooms, where sky becomes ceiling and seasons provide ever-changing decoration. Secret gardens hidden behind mansion walls create worlds apart from urban bustle. Here, geometric precision meets romantic abundance in designs that honor both French formal tradition and contemporary desires for natural beauty. Parterre of clip box create emerald embroidery against pale gravel paths, their patterns visible from upper floor windows like living carpets. Within these green borders, roses chosen for fragrance as much as beauty release their perfume into enclosed air. Water features serve as both focal points and sources of soothing sound. Fountains carved by contemporary sculptors following classical traditions send crystalline arcs through air. Their splash masked the distant hum of city life. Reflecting pools bordered in limestone mirror sky and architecture equally, creating moments of contemplation where urban dwellers can reconnect with elemental pleasures. The tradition of the orangerie lives on in glass-walled pavilions that extend from main residences. These crystal palaces, their iron frameworks, painted that particular shade of green seen at Versailles, shelter collections of citrus trees in andouille pots alongside exotic orchids and jasmine. Mosaic floors in patterns inspired by Roman villas provide permanent beauty underfoot, while wicker furniture with cushions of weatherproof toile creates comfortable seating for all seasons. Rooftop terraces transform Parisian mansions into vertical estates. At these heights, gardens must contend with wind and weight restrictions, yet achieve remarkable beauty through intelligent design. Pleached trees create living walls that provide privacy while framing views of monuments and church spires. Built-in planters overflow with lavender and herbs that perfume evening gatherings, while pergolas draped in white roses create outdoor dining rooms worthy of the interiors below. The furniture chosen for these outdoor spaces maintains interior standards. Tables of verde antico marble that weather beautifully, seating in powder-coated metals with cushions that resist fading while maintaining comfort. Crystal and silver appear at outdoor dinners just as they would inside, acknowledging that alfresco dining need not mean compromised elegance. Lighting design in these gardens creates magic as daylight fades. Hidden fixtures uplight trees to create dramatic shadows, while candles in hurricane lamps provide intimate illumination for dinner tables. String lights might trace the lines of pergolas, but in sophisticated installations that complement rather than diminish architectural elegance. These outdoor rooms serve multiple functions throughout days and seasons. Morning coffee tastes different when taken amid roses still damp with dew. Afternoon reading gains contemplative quality when accompanied by fountain song. Evening entertaining achieves special magic when city lights provide backdrop to candlelit dinners. Through careful design, these gardens and terraces become stages for the art of living. Spaces where luxury means not just material richness, but the time and place to savor life's most refined pleasures. philosophy of living where heritage meets contemporary luxury. As we close the gilded doors on our journey through Parisian mansion interiors, we carry with us more than images of crystal chandeliers and marble halls. We've discovered a philosophy of living where luxury transcends mere accumulation of precious objects to become an art form, one that honors the past while embracing the present, that celebrates craftsmanship while serving contemporary comfort. The true revelation of French Atelier luxury lies in its integration of opposing elements that elsewhere might conflict. Museum-quality artifacts serve daily life without preciousness. Space is grand enough for state receptions, mais pas intimate as for family gatherings. Technology hides within historical architecture, providing modern convenience without disrupting visual harmony. This balance, achieved through centuries of refined living, offers lessons for creating beauty in our own spaces. Consider how these interiors demonstrate that authentic luxury requires patience. The patina on bronze hardware cannot be rushed. The perfect placement of furniture emerges through living with spaces, not instant decoration. Collections of art and objects gain meaning through personal connection, not merely through value. The most beautiful rooms we've explored achieved their quality through generations of thoughtful accumulation and careful preservation. The artisan heritage, visible in every carved detail and gilded surface, reminds us that true luxury supports human craft. Behind every element of these interiors stands a person, someone who spent years perfecting their technique, who takes pride in work that will outlast them. In choosing quality over quantity, in valuing handwork over mass production, these mansions preserve skills that might otherwise vanish in our accelerated age. Perhaps most importantly, these residences prove that grandeur need not mean grandiosity. The most impressive spaces we've encountered achieve their effect through proportion, light, and harmony rather than sheer opulence. They demonstrate that luxury at its finest enhances life rather than overwhelming it, creating backgrounds for living that inspire without intimidating. As you return to your own spaces, consider which elements of Parisian mansion living might translate to your life. Perhaps it's the principle of quality over quantity, choosing one beautiful object rather than many mediocre ones. Maybe it's the attention to light, how mirrors and crystals and gilt can multiply natural illumination. Or it could be the integration of nature through gardens and terraces, creating private Edens wherever you are. The French art of living, as expressed through these extraordinary interiors, teaches that beauty is not superficial but essential, that surrounding ourselves with craftsmanship and harmony elevates daily existence into something approaching art. This is the enduring gift of French Atelier luxury, the knowledge that life itself can be the ultimate creative act, and that our homes can be the galleries where this artistry unfolds. May your own spaces reflect this marriage of beauty and comfort, heritage and innovation. For in the end, the greatest luxury is not what we possess, but how we live, surrounded by beauty that inspires, comfort that restores, and the accumulated grace of objects and space that improve with age and appreciation.